as we welcome you live to the Mustang Corral here at Edgewood High School in Ellettsville, Indiana. It is the boys basketball contest between the Brown County Eagles and the Edgewood Mustangs. Glad you could join us for Edgewood Mustang basketball on Smithville Sports alongside Quinn Saturday. I am Nick Jenkinson. And Quinn, Edgewood started the year 9-0 and ranked third in Class 3A. They have now gone to 9-2 after dropping a pair in the Wabash Valley Classic and are ranked 9th in Class 3A.
The Wabash Classic giveth last year and they taketh this year. They got 2 losses. They're still ranked in the top 10 though of Class 3A, so still pretty high up there, still have everyone healthy. So they can definitely rebound from this. A mid-season 2 losses at a mid-season tournament isn't going to be the end of the world.
They beat Park Heritage 74-41. That's the consolidation of Rockville and Turkey Run. Then lost to Terre Haute North 64-58, and then lost to Robinson, Illinois 70-68. But they're home now for the next 6 games coming up until they face Monrovia January the 26th, and that Monrovia game is actually going to be at Bankers Life Fieldhouse as part of a 5-game event, high school event at the Fieldhouse. So a great opportunity for Edgewood to play down there, to play in the home of the Indiana Pacers and the home of the state finals. Brown County, though, however, they started off 0-8, and now they have won their last 2 games. Those come at the Monrovia tournament, where they beat Southwestern Shelbyville 48-44, and then beat Indianapolis-Scecina 53-46. Now, as we get ready to look at the starting lineups, I think this is a first. Both teams are going to start 5 guards. Have you ever? I've never seen that before. I've seen
it in a JV game once in Florida. That's about it.
Well, you're going to get to see it here in a varsity game in Indiana, as Brown County will start, as we said, 5 guys. Travis Eli, number 5, is 5'7" sophomore. Number 11 is Devin Smith Harden, 5'10" senior. 14 is Aaron McCann, 6'1". 24 is Cody Walsh, 5'11". And then Caleb Yeager is 5'10", NA junior. And John Burning, the coach, his first year at Brown County, he was 23-33 in 2 years at North Vermilion and won 2 sectional titles in 2017 and 2018. As Edgewood's going to start Joe Keto, 5'7" senior. Number 4, Tate Balcom, 6' senior. Coleman Sater, 6'4", sophomore. Cam Bannister is 6'2" and a senior. And then Kyle Rogers is going to get his first start tonight over Trevor Taylor, 6' senior. Taylor has started every game up until now this season, along with Sater, along with Bannister, and along with Joe Keto. And tonight it's Kyle Rogers over Trevor Taylor.
It's going to be a very interesting look here. Seeing Rogers being able to start out this game. The biggest thing, though, for this entire game, though, is going to be Coleman Sater and how well he's able to use his length. We mentioned it's all guards in this game. He's the closest thing we have to a forward.
Yeah, Coleman Sater really struggled against Sullivan. He did not score in that game against Sullivan. Taylor was held to 7 points against the Golden Arrows before Christmas. But other guys stepped up around the Mustangs. So Brown County controls the tap, moves the ball very well. That shot was altered as McCann missed it, and Bannister was able to alter it. There's Bannister. He puts up the shot. It's short, but he's fouled and will get to go to the line.
That's one thing, though, that Edgewood does have up their sleeve. Bannister, as I said, a player who averaged about 8 to 9 points during his sophomore and junior season. He can definitely come in and score, be that scoring threat here early on.
Bannister comes into the night just 5 of 8 from the foul line, 63 points, averages 5.7. and he gets both those to go. Coming into tonight, though, Bannister, as you mentioned, 3 games in double figures, 10 points apiece at Sullivan, North Knox, and at Cascade. So like you said, it is capable of putting up numbers. 3 on the way is good for Devin Smith Harden. And the Eagles take a quick 3-2 lead. Going to be interesting to see how long J.B. Neal leaves Taylor on the bench. Bannister taken away by the Eagles. And then it's taken away by Joe Quito. Up ahead, Balcom. Balcom saves it to Rogers. To Bannister. And it's going to be a reach in on Brown County. That is going to be on Smith Harden, his first.
Foul on Smith Harden,
team's
his first.
Second. Quito into Sater. And Sater gets his first 2. And it is a 4-3 lead for Edgewood. Now, Eagles with the ball. Inside, Aaron McCann, he can't get it to go, and Sater with the board. Kyle Rogers in the corner. Kicks it out, Balcom. Balcom slashes way in the lane, and it's going to get called for the offensive foul.
Good call. I know that the crowd doesn't like it, but that was a good call.
Go, Taylor.
So the first on Balcom, the first on Edgewood. Here comes Edgewood with the press, and that's going to get called. Brown County's going to get called for the travel. Edgewood comes into tonight with the lead in the WIC East, 3-0. Indian Creek and Owen Valley 2-1. Cascade is 1-2. Cloverdale 1-2. Brown County 0-3. So Edgewood, with Owen Valley left to play, wants to keep a hand on this division so they can host that WIC championship game here at the end of January.
Yeah, both Owen Valley and Indian Creek would definitely like Brown County to take advantage here tonight of whatever amount of time that Trevor Taylor is unable to play.
As it was out of bounds on Edgewood, Brown County ball. And that is a travel on Caleb Yeager for Brown County. Edgewood ball.
That's the second straight possession he's traveled. Just picking up his dribble just a little too quickly.
First game for both these teams in the new year after the Christmas holiday tournaments. As Bannister drives inside, can't get to go, taps it to Quito. Here's Sater, and he scores and will go to the line.
As I mentioned, Sater's going to have to be the bell cow. He's good. Not only is he the next leading scorer, he's also the closest thing to a forward in this game. So he's going to need to be able to put the offense, the scoring on his back. He has other players who can help him out. He has Rogers. He has Farkas, who can shoot from 3. He has Bannister, who has been able to do that. He has Quito. But when it's a go-to scorer at this moment right now, he needs to be that guy.
He's got 5. He's had double figures 7 times so far this season. He's also had 3 double-doubles, latest coming against Park Heritage when he had 11 points and 10 rebounds in that Wabash Valley win at Terre Haute South. Jordan Watson, number 3, is into the game. He is 6'6", guarded by Quito. McCann gets it to Walsh. Brown County moves the ball, a lot of motion on offense. That's going to be a foul on Bannister.
No, it's going to be on Keto. I was going to say that was Keto who bumped him, so I was expecting that to be called on him.
Yeah, that's on Keto, his first, team second. Then the pass. Here are the Eagles. Moving the ball around. This is Watson, guarded by Balcom. He can't get it to go. Sater with the board, and he's going to push it. Rogers in the corner. Money ball for Kyle Rogers. And John Burney wants a 30-second timeout. Not happy with his squad. And it's a 10-3 lead for Edgewood.
We've seen it plenty of times this season. You cannot leave Rogers alone in the corner. He's going to hit that shot 8 out of 10 times.
He came into the night 19 of 44 from 3 ball, 83 points on the season, 7.5 points a game. A kid who really didn't play a whole lot last year and has made a major impact this season.
Averaged like 0.9 points per game last season.
And started the year with a big way with double-figure games, 15 against Bloomington South, 11 against Martinsville. He's also had 13 against Indian Creek and then 10 at Cloverdale. So he's been kind of like Caleb Norris was last year, at times kind of that super sub off the bench, except now he gets to start tonight in place of Trevor Taylor. This is Jordan Watson, guarded by Sater, too strong. Keto, he's got Rogers up ahead, and he finds him, and Rogers scores. 5 for Kyle Rogers, and Edgewood is now opening this up to a 9-point lead. McCann, and he scores his first 2. And right ahead to Rogers in the corner. Edgewood wasting no time getting down the floor. Before the shot, Bannister was fouled. That's going to be on Devin Smith Harden, his second, team third. And then Ricky Stanley, 34, 6-foot sophomore, is going to check in for the Eagles. 7-point lead for the Mustangs, approaching 3 to go here in the first quarter. Bannister, iron unkind. Sater rebounds and puts it in. He's got 7.
Using that nice teleportation spell where he just magically comes in there out of nowhere and takes the ball away from 3 other defenders.
He is coming to play tonight, and it's Balcom with the steal. And there is Balcom going to the basket, and he gets another offensive foul called on him.
Again, another good call. He a little bit reckless. He's usually a very intellectual player. 2 a little uncharacteristic mistakes by him tonight.
And now we will see Trevor Taylor for the first time. Also, Derek Farkas going to check in, along with 11, Austin Schwartz.
Talk about a super sub.
Taylor comes into this game averaging 20.9. Again, has scored in double figures every game but one. That was against Sullivan before Christmas when he had just 7 points. We'll see how Austin Schwartz not ready for that pass from Taylor. Gonna get it to Farkas for 3, in and out. Rebounded by McCann. Here is Travis Eli, number 5. Eli guarded by Keto. And he's going to get past Schwartz and Keto, but he can't finish. Bannister. Nice cut to the basket by Austin Schwartz, and he can't finish, but he could go to the line.
Bannister is a very underrated passer. That was an excellent job of not throwing it to him immediately while he was open, but waiting for him to cut to the basket before getting him, so he was in a much more advantageous position to score.
Austin Schwartz, 6'3" senior, coming into the night, has played in 11 games, has started 1, has scored 9 points and 10 rebounds in those games, and he misses the second one. Taylor with the rebound, can't finish. A second chance rebound for Taylor, and he gets fouled.
Foul on Walsh.
That's going to be on Cody Walsh, his first.
And we got another timeout
Taken by the Eagles.
by Brown County.
Brown County called another 30-second timeout with Edgewood up 15-5. As you see, John Burning, the coach, comes over from North Vermilion. He won 2 sectional championships in 2017 and 2018. It's going to be an uphill climb this year because it's Edgewood, Owen Valley, Northview, West Vigo, and South Vermilion in this sectional. As you see Burning, he's very animated with his team so far. Not happy with probably the effort they are giving, especially offensively, just scoring 5 points so far in this quarter. Started off 0-8, was able to win the last 2, and they are trying to get out of that basement in the WIC East. They will finish division play tomorrow against Indian Creek on the road.
Rare miss for Taylor, 85% free throw shooter on the season.
51 of 60 coming into tonight, 230 points on the year, at 20 point, right at 21 a game, and he gets the second one to go. Here comes the pressure from Edgewood as McCann gets it to Stanley. Finds McCann cutting, and he's able to, and he can't finish. Nice cut to the basket, and McCann can't finish. We've seen that a couple times so far from McCann. Taylor with it. Bannister baseline, and he nails it. He's got 4. As we are under a minute to go. McCann, and he gets fouled by Schwartz and gets the bucket to go.
Able to get that one to go.
And that's going to be on Derek Farkas.
Farkas, his first.
Team's 4th, and it's going to send Aaron McCann to the line. 6'1" junior. He's got 4, and he misses the foul shot, and Bannister with the board. Bannister gets it to Farkas. Farkas drives inside, loses the handle, and then Eli with the rebound. Now he'll bring it up. Gets it to Smith Harden. Again, Brown County does not stand still on offense. They are moving constantly. A lot of energy on that bench with Burning. He stands up the whole time. He's moving all over the sidelines. Young guy, very energetic coach.
Okay, that one, the first 2 I was perfectly fine with. That one, though, that one was looked more like a blocking foul than a charge.
And that's 2 on Farkas. So we're down to the final 10 seconds. Brown County's got to get it across. They do. Eli, and it's tapped out of bounds by Bannister, and it will be Brown County's ball with 2.9 left in quarter number 1. McCann to inbound. They don't even see the clock. They're going to finally fire the shot. It is off the mark for Cody Walsh, and Edgewood leads 18-7 here on Smithville Sports.
Welcome to Technology Powered by Smithville. Let our welcoming and friendly staff help you with your technology needs. Stop by to get Smithville Cellular Extra plans on the latest devices. Get routers and tech products at great prices. Plus, if you're a Smithville customer, you can pay your bill and change services. Come see us at the Clear Creek Crossing Plaza or check us out at smithville.com/technology. Technology powered by Smithville, Bloomington's communications and tech store.
As we welcome you back to the Mustang Corral here at Edgewood High School. Edgewood leading Brown County 18-7 as we start quarter number 2. Glad you could join us for Edgewood Mustang basketball here on Smithville Sports. Alongside Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson. And Quinn, so far, Edgewood has gotten a lot of its production from Coleman Sater with 7 points in the first half, but also Kyle Rogers and Cam Bannister helping out.
Yeah, Trevor Taylor didn't start the game back in it right now, but Kyle Rogers started in his place, and he performed very well. And Sater, I mentioned, he was the mismatch in favor of Edgewood, and he took advantage early in that first quarter.
And there is Kyle Rogers driving to the basket, and he's got 7 points.
And and the biggest thing is that Rogers started off this season as just this 3-point sniper, but he's kind of evolved his 2-point game as well, which makes him quite multidimensional offensively.
And there is Trevor Taylor with the bucket, and it is now a big lead for Edgewood. Quick 4-0 run to start this second quarter. Good ball movement. Short for Smith Harden. Here's Sater. Tapped away and into the hands of Eli. And now Sater. Up ahead, Rogers. Trailer. Rogers gets fouled.
I like this bit of a trapping defense by Edgewood tonight. Really trying to force this very fast-paced Eagles offense to try to make some mistakes.
Kyle Rogers at the line. He gets that one to go. He's got 8. Caleb Yeager is back in for the Eagles. He replaces Eli. And Rogers will have one more. And he gets that to go. 9 for Kyle Rogers so far. His first start tonight in place of Trevor Taylor. Now down the lane, and they're going to call Bannister for the foul as Yeager went to the basket.
Foul on Bannister, his first. Yeager on the line for 2.
Caleb Yeager, a 5'10 junior for the Eagles. He knocks that one down. One more for Yeager. And that is good. Yeager has 2. Lead is 15. Bannister spin move. Can't finish. Then knocked out of bounds by Rogers. Brown County ball.
The evolution of, like I said, the evolution of Rogers this season, as I was saying, just from reserve to 3-point sniper to multi-dimensional offensive threat, and just his defense as well. He has become a huge piece, and the farther Edgewood goes will likely depend on how much Rogers is able to continue to give them.
Done a very good job so far this season.
Because we know what Taylor's going to do. We know what Keto's going to do. Rogers is kind of the wild card. He's the one that can push this team to even greater heights. We know what Sater's going to do.
Houston Holmes, who hasn't played yet, is now also a wild card as well. As that's no good. Here's Sater up ahead. Taylor gets it to Bannister, and Bannister finishes. Cam Bannister's got 6. You can just tell that Edgewood is really is dictating this tempo against this Eagles squad, and they are going to call Walsh for the travel.
Number 3, Jordan Watson in for the Eagles. Number 21, Houston.
They have now twice in this game had forced Brown County to have possessions where they passed the ball, they moved the ball up court without dribbling it once, but just trying to pass it. They're going way, way too fast and trying. They need to slow it down, kind of dribble, kind of. They're letting Edgewood take advantage of their ability to be sped up.
And Trevor Taylor scores again. He's got 5. Houston Holmes in the game, number 21 for Edgewood. Holmes was not available for the first 5 games of the year, but has come back. The last 6 games has scored 33 points, averaging 5.5 a game. Has been another big factor off the bench for Edgewood, been a key contributor. That shot short for the Eagles, and here we go. Keto flying down the floor. Stanley takes it away. McCann. Watson to Stanley. And that is deflected out of bounds by Rogers. It will be Brown County ball. Now we'll see Carter Kelly, number 12, for the first time. He's a 5'8" freshman. 3 freshmen on this varsity roster for Brown County. 2 sophomores, 3 juniors, and just 1 senior. That's Devin Smith Harden. Watson. And that's going to be a foul on the Mustangs.
Foul on Holmes, his first.
They're going to call Houston Holmes for the foul. So Jordan Watson, 6'6" junior for Brown County. And he gets that one to go. Eagles so far at the line are 3 of 4. One more for Watson, and it is good. Lead is 17 for the Mustangs. Keto, approaching 4 to go. Stay tuned. We'll have another great halftime feature. Nice pass inside Houston Holmes in the lane with the beautiful pass from Keto. 32-11. Stanley for 3 in the corner. It is good.
Basket by Stanley.
Brown County's got 2 threes tonight. Keto. Or Taylor drives, no good. Long rebound to Watson. Here is Yeager. To Watson, to Stanley. To Walsh. This is Carter Kelly.
And this is the kind of offensive pace I want to see from Brown County. Don't play into Edgewood's fast up-tempo offense.
Now the Eagles working it around. Entry inside to Watson, kicks it out. Stanley 3, and he nails it from the opposite corner.
Beautiful possession. It's going to take a while. You're going to have to chip away at it. You can't just go full speed and try to go on like a 30-0 run in like a minute. You got to have great possessions like that. And Stanley right now with a second straight three-pointer.
Taylor gonna drive, gets it to Keto, misses it. Sater with the rebound. Sater, short. Keto with the board, kicks it out. Rogers free from the wing, nails it. Kyle Rogers in double figures now for the 5th time this season. Stanley, and he's called for the travel.
I believe that's Rogers' first time that he's gotten to double digits in the first half.
And now we're going to see the bench go even deeper. Logan Slayball is going to check in for the first time. And now that Brown County was late getting a sub in, so they're not going to allow it. But Coach Neal has actually played everybody available to him. Rogers left open. Too strong, but there's a foul underneath.
That's a situation where you're way too wide open, and you end up, in disbelief of being so wide open, you end up just overshooting it completely.
That's going to be 3 on Cody Walsh, and Devin Smith-Harden's going to check back in, along with Aaron McCann, and Houston Holmes is coming in, and Kyle Rogers is going to get a nice ovation from this Mustang Corral crowd as he's going to get a seat with just over a minute and a half left. Sater misses that free throw. But Taylor with the rebound. There's Taylor, and he gets fouled by Watson, and he'll go to the line. Edgewood as a team coming into the night, 73% from the foul line. Taylor gets that one.
Number 5,
Travis Eli into the game, and Austin Schwartz in for Edgewood.
And you definitely have to feel that after the back-to-back losses at the end of the Wabash Classic that Edgewood's going to probably take out a lot of frustration out in this game.
Well, they had to make 3 straight trips over to Terre Haute South. That's about an hour or so drive, and I assume that both of those trips after losses are not too pleasant to come back to. And then probably after a hard week of practice, they are ready to play somebody else. Keto with it. Lead is 18. Gets it to Taylor. Going to put up a shot with a hand in the face and nail it. Trevor Taylor.
That's just one of those
9 points.
It's one of those situations where you just shrug and say there's nothing else I could do.
Now McCann puts it on the deck, and now it's a 3 on the way for Smith-Harden. No good, and here is Taylor. 20-point lead. Taylor tapped out of bounds. It will still be Edgewood ball.
I mean, that's a fadeaway 18-footer that was perfectly defended. I mean, there is no need to feel bad about it.
Keto tries to find Schwartz inside, and it just sails out of bounds. That's the second time Austin Schwartz has not been ready for a pass.
Mm-hmm.
Approaching 30 seconds to go. Brown County's got to get it across. Double teamed. We're going to call
I think a kickball maybe?
Well, anyway, it's a turnover on Brown County. And Edgewood going to try to increase this lead. Taylor. Step back. Nails it. That was like just an ankle breaker move.
That was filthy. There was no other word for that. That's filthy.
That is on Houston Holmes.
Did somebody get a replay of that we could send to Sports Center? That was absolutely filthy.
It's like what you see Steph Curry do most nights. Yeager's on the line. That was on Holmes, his second. Yeager, it's good. He's got 3. Kelly's coming in, and then Watson will replace Yeager after this foul shot. And it is good, and now Watson will check back in, and Yeager will go out. We'll say Brown County from the line tonight, 6-7. 4 seconds to go. Taylor gets it to Rogers. Got to put it up. He does. Runner good for Kyle Rogers. And it is a 42-19 lead for the Mustangs. What a first half performance as we look at the highlights. And Brown County's been able to hit a couple threes, but it's Kyle Rogers leading the way for Edgewood, already in double figures. Cam Bannister having a good game. Coleman Sater doing what Coleman Sater does, getting rebounds and putbacks, as Edgewood has been totally in control in this first half. Trevor Taylor doing well off the bench. Keto, nice pass to Houston Holmes. The Ricky Stanley hits one from that corner, as then Keto kicks it out. Kyle Rogers, nothing but net. And then this is just nasty. Trevor Taylor with that step back 3. And then here you go, Kyle Rogers just runner at the buzzer. And when it goes well, it goes well. Edgewood 42, Brown County 19 at half on Smithville Sports. As we welcome you back to the Mustang Corral here at Edgewood High School, Ellisville, Indiana. Edgewood with a commanding lead, 42-19 over the Brown County Eagles. Glad you could join us for Edgewood Mustang basketball here on Smithville Sports. Alongside Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson, and Quinn, it was Kyle Rogers getting the start tonight. 14 points for Mr. Rogers. Trevor Taylor does not start, and he comes off the bench to score 12 points. But a whole host of Mustangs helping out. Coleman Sater and Cam Bannister with 7 and 6 respectively.
The story has been Rogers in his first start. 14 points in that first half, just one off of his career high 15 against Bloomington South.
He had a great start to the season, his 5th game in double figures. Taylor in double figures again for the 10th time. He had only 7 against Sullivan, so it's the 10th time or 11th time in 12 games that Taylor has scored in double figures. Brown County, though, coming in the line 6-7, Edgewood 9-12. And a reminder, we will have Seymour at North tomorrow, boys basketball. Seymour is 2-7. They're hosting Charlestown tonight. Bloomington North is over at Bloomington South. The Cougars are 7-2 coming into the night, and right now at halftime over at Bloomington South, it is Bloomington South leading Bloomington North 35-25. And if we get a final score, we will pass that along. Edgewood, when leading at half this season, is 7-0, and they are hoping to continue that trend tonight with this commanding lead. And they are not letting up on the defensive end, as you see that pressure coming out here in this start to third quarter. And they force the turnover. Smith Harden goes out of bounds. So it is Balcom, Keto, Rogers, Bannister, and Sater to start this third quarter. Balcom already has 2 fouls. As, again, Taylor does not start the second half. McCann with the turnover. Or McCann, and it is, or rather, got the steal, and that went out of bounds, and it's Brown County ball. As Keto cuts off Eli on that baseline and has to pass it. As you talked about it, the pace of Brown County, and now the fact that, Edgewood has been speeding up all night long.
Mm-hmm.
And now they are able to run like a motion offense, and it worked earlier as they're passing the ball. Balcom, that was deflected out of bounds. It is an Edgewood ball. I thought that went off Balcom, but they said no, it went off Brown County. So Edgewood with the ball. Again, home for the next 6 games. They will play South Putnam here tomorrow night. Then their big one next Friday night against Owen Valley. Sater misses that one. Double teamed. Now it's Eli. Nice bounce pass to McCann, and he can't finish. Several times tonight, McCann has not finished. Balcom is able to on the other end.
Third time's the charm. Those first 2 drives that he had early in that first quarter that led to charges. This time he was able to move his body out of the way just enough and get just enough of a head start that he was able to convert the layup there.
Balcom has started 9 games this season, 6.3 points a game coming into tonight. He's been able to kind of lock down that 5th guard spot. Schwartz and Farkas have also started games as well. Sater misses, tries to get the putback, gets fouled.
Sater on the line for 2.
So Coleman Sater, that's on Eli. That's his team's first this half. Coleman Sater at the line. And he's able to knock it down.
Number 3, Jordan Watson in for the Eagles.
Jordan Watson is back in for the Eagles. He replaces Aaron McCann. One more for Sater, had 7 in the first half. And he misses that one. Smith Harden with the rebound.
Yeah, Sater had that very strong first quarter, but has been quiet since, but he did what he needed to do.
He's been very active, as always, on the glass at both ends of the floor. Able to get second chance rebounds and trying to get putbacks. Balcom's going to commit his 3rd foul. And that is going to put Trevor Taylor back in the game.
His 3rd.
And that will.
Number 1, Trevor Taylor in for the Mustangs.
And Balcom will take a seat. Trying to get it in. Eli is able, and then Keto deflects it out of bounds. It will be Eagles basketball. Eagles able to get it in. It's Eli guarded by Keto. Yeager. Smith Harden. Yeager gonna fire a 3 and hits.
Basket by Yeager.
His 7th point of the night. Keto. Bannister. Rogers in the corner. Up behind the back. Pass to Keto. Or behind his head. That was. There's Rogers, hand in his face. No good, and it's Watson with the board. Pass inside. Smith Harden open. Rogers late on that closeout. Smith Harden knocks it down to 2nd 3.
Basket by Smith Harden.
This team's starting to feel a lot more comfortable in the 3-point range.
Knocked down 5 threes tonight. Rogers can't get that one to go. Sater there for the rebound, and he gets fouled. Coleman Sater, 6'4". As you mentioned, Quinn, is basically a forward in a, as he gets the basket, and Brown County wants a 60-second timeout. Coleman Sater creates a lot of matchup nightmares for opponents because, as you said, 6'4", plays the guard, but it's the closest thing to a forward in this Edgewood starting lineup.
Yeah, he's just so good around the basket, being able to just block out, able to contest 4 rebounds, whether or not he's the one who gets it or if he's able to tip it out. Just an excellent job of establishing himself in the paint, especially against bigger players. And the thing is that he's so fast and agile that he's able to take advantage of some of the more lumbering big men and either get them out of position to create an opening on a basket or able to draw a foul.
As he's in double figures now again with 10 points this evening. You see J.B. Neal, the coach, third year here at Edgewood. He's done a wonderful job for the Mustang program. Coming into tonight, his record 47-18, 123-81 in 9 years overall, 6 winning seasons, a sectional title last year, a couple of conference championships as well. Has also coached at White River Valley and Shakamak and coached the Eastern Green Girls, his alma mater, for 5 seasons. There's the long baseball pass taken away by Joe Quito to Bannister. Bannister going to drive and finish, but they're going to call another offensive foul on Edgewood.
That one was right under the basket. You have to give a lot of credit to the Eagles for willing to put their bodies on the line to take some of these charges, but a couple of them are a little generous. Again, at the end of the day, it's a 50-50 call most of the times on a charge block call, and the refs really seem to appreciate the effort that the Eagles are giving in trying to create these charges. And like I said, you have to give them credit for being willing to take those hits.
There's a nice pass underneath to Eli. Can't finish. Watson with the rebound. Can't finish. Gets another chance. Sater is going to get called for the foul as he blocked Watson. First foul on Sater. Jordan Watson at the line. 2 points tonight. 6'6" junior for the Eagles, and he can't convert. Again, both teams.
Yeah, I was gonna mention both teams started a bunch of guards, but they do have a forward in. They do have a forward in Jordan Watson off the bench, and he's had a tough time with Sater on him, but looks like he's starting to warm up a little here in this second half.
3 points tonight for Watson, all from the line. Quito drops it off for Sater. Now Sater gives it to Quito in the corner. It is no good. Sater can't save it. He tapped it out of bounds. It's Brown County ball.
I believe Quito is still scoreless tonight.
He is scoreless so far in this game.
And that's the thing, is that
Quito's
is the kind of player who doesn't care if he scores. He is a team player. He loves playing defense, loves getting the ball to his.
As Bannister going to finish, but he can't convert, but he'll go to the line. But you mentioned Quito averaging 8.6 a game. But again, he doesn't look. That's not his first option. His first option is to distribute the ball and play defense and do what he's got to do. And then scoring is just secondary for him.
Yeah, and he has gotten a lot better in terms of his passiveness in shooting from his freshman and sophomore seasons. But still, at the end of the day,
as Bannister hits both.
At the end of the day, he still knows that he has talented shooters around him to give him the ball, but he's also not afraid to, not afraid to shoot as much. But he can sometimes see kind of tendencies where he does kind of retract a little bit. His first nature is always still to pass.
And then Farkas tries to deflect that one from Eli. And it is Edgewood ball. So Quito will inbound it. He's going to look, gives it out to Bannister. Bannister one-on-one, gonna drive and score.
Basket by Bannister.
Bannister able to draw contact, get to the line.
His first.
That's on Carter Kelly, his first.
Bannister on the
Team's
line for one.
fourth. Bannister in double figures now with 10 and makes it 11.
Number 14, Aaron McCann in for the Eagles.
Aaron McCann back in for Brown County, replacing Eli, and now we're going to see Austin Schwartz, number 11, and Houston Holmes coming in for Edgewood, replacing Sater and Bannister. JB Neal seems like he's been able to rotate at will tonight with this big lead. Get a lot of guys in and a lot of guys out.
I believe that is his season high. So that is his season high for this season.
Bannister like 4-time in double figures, all 10 points. As again, Edgewood not letting up defensively, and Coach Burning wants another full timeout here with 2:01 to go. Well, while we have him in, we'd like to thank our crew, the hardworking women and men behind the scenes on the cameras tonight: Annette Bruner, Jeremy Nutter, and Clemente Torrado. Rob Ramsey, our technical director, Nadir Noon running replays, and you and I doing commentary. We thank them for all their hard work and everything they do, and we couldn't do it without you. So a big thank you to our crew, as we'll be back in action tomorrow night over at Bloomington North. It is Seymour in Bloomington North tomorrow night, as the South Panthers are leading the Cougars 50-41 after 3 quarters. So my question tomorrow night against Fort Bloomington North is, how do they respond if they're not able to pull this one off against Bloomington South tonight after a big rivalry game, a big emotional game? Seymour is not a very strong team, 2-7 this year. Do they come in and play fired up, or do we see what we did last year, where when they lost to Edgewood in overtime, they came back 2 days later and laid an egg to Whiteland?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something that's definitely still in their minds from last season. I think they won't have the same problem, but it will still be interesting to see how they respond and see if they are able to come out with a win here.
As Carter Kelly
Basket by Kelly.
scores that one, and we will have, of course, JV will start at 6, and we'll have varsity to follow around 7:30. So join us again tomorrow night. Trevor Taylor, no good. As here comes the Eagles. Yeager guarded by Keto, and he is able to score and draw the foul.
Basket by Yeager.
And you can definitely see, even though down by 22, Brown County's not giving up. They're still fighting. As Schwartz with the foul.
Well, you can definitely tell that this team has a lot of spirit in them. They started this season 0-8, and they were able to win their last 2 games. So they definitely still believe in themselves, and they still think they can win this game.
And they've got a big, again, they finish up division play tomorrow night at Indian Creek. So they have a lot to still fight for here in this division. Edgewood has a lot to fight for as well, as Yeager commits the foul. I have that listed as his 4th.
Basket by Keto.
And that is Joe Keto's first 2 of the night.
And a beautiful reverse layup as well.
Keto, again, 93 points coming into tonight, 8.6 average. But again, that's like a quiet 8.6. Because again, he's not the guy that, I mean, he'll score when he has to, but he's not the guy that you think, oh, that's the guy that we have to stop. Derek Farkas with it. Lead is 23 Schwartz leaves it for Keto. There is Keto. Nice, well, he tried to find Holmes, but Farkas chases it down. Gets it to Schwartz. To Keto. To Houston Holmes. To Schwartz. A lot of contact there. Watson gets knocked down, no call. Holmes gonna put it up over Watson and score. He's got 4. Lead is 25. Final seconds of this third quarter. Watson in and out, and we'll go to the fourth quarter with Edgewood up 25 on Smithville Sports. As we welcome you back to the Mustang Corral, Edgewood up 56-31 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play. Glad you could join us for Edgewood Mustang basketball on Smithville Sports. The Brown County girls won their game tonight 53-52 over Edgewood. Edgewood falls to 3-16 on the year and 0-4 in the WIC East, with their final division game coming next Friday night against Owen Valley. Again, I am Nick Jenkinson alongside Quinn Saturday. And again, Quinn, it has all been Edgewood. Trevor Taylor has not scored in this third quarter. He's been held after scoring 12 in the first half.
Yeah, the story tonight has been Kyle Rogers scoring 15 points in the first half. Here in the second half, things have quieted down a little bit. But as you see right here with Trevor Taylor with the and one, it's been a bit of a group effort as the Brown County hasn't given up, but Edgewood has kind of slowly but surely started closing the door on them.
And that is all for Caleb Yeager. He is fouled out.
Travis Eliu in for the Eagles.
Yeager has 10 points. Travis Eli is going to check back in for Brown County. Taylor gets the foul shot. He has 15. Lead is 28. Again, Edgewood not really letting up defensively. They're still going after it as Ricky Stanley is back in. Mustangs have won 3 Western Indiana Conference titles in a row. They would love to make it a 4th. Send this big senior class out 4 for 4 on conference titles. Another reminder, these two teams are in the same sectional, and they could see each other again come March. Keto. Gets it to Sater. And Sater gets the bucket and will go to the line.
Foul on number 34.
I mentioned it. We mentioned it earlier in the season, but Sater, again, another one of those players who averaged less than a point last season and has now become one of the biggest contributors on this team. This team lost so many seniors that you were like, how is this team going to be able to rebound? They just won a sectional title. Are they going to regress a little? No, they're going to find next man up. They're going to find these players who barely played, and they're going to play huge roles. And Slater and Sater and Rogers are 2 of those players.
Yeah, you lost 5 guys from last year's team as Eli hits a 3. But you lost Chayton Howard, Curtis Cowden, Jace Collier, Caleb Norris. You know, all big contributors for this team last season. And it was a, you know, Keto and Taylor were starters as well for this team. Again, they've just continued. And don't forget that Parker Harrington did not return as Taylor is going to lay it up and in.
Basket by Taylor.
So key contributors for that Mustang squad. And Edgewood is going to roll to 10-2 and 4-0 in the WIC East. And looking as Taylor scores, and Coach Burning's going to use his final timeout here with 5:44 to go. As Edgewood again is home for a while now for the next couple weeks. They have South Putnam tomorrow night. And then they will have Owen Valley on next Friday night, Greencastle Saturday, January 12th, January 19th, Bedford North Lawrence. WIC championship potential at home. Then January 26th, they will play Monrovia in Bankers Life Fieldhouse as part of that 5-game event that Bankers, you know, and that's an awesome opportunity for these kids to get to play at the home of the Indiana Pacers. Then they play January 31st at Bloomington North, February 9th at Orleans, February 12th at Northview, February 15th at Mitchell, and then they close it out with the Eastern Green on senior night. And an interesting note in that Eastern Green game, that is J.B. Neal's alma mater, but there is a Neal that coaches at Eastern Green, and that is his cousin John Neal. So, you know, J.B. is going to try to get family bragging rights for another year against cousin John. And I've seen Eastern Green earlier in the year, and their Thunderbirds are having a struggle this year too. So I expect JB to get the upper hand once again. As Edgewood's got 6 seniors with Schwartz, Rogers, Holmes, Keto, Balcom, and Bannister on this team. Watson inside, scores for Brown County. Taylor, Balcom in the corner, and he hits his first 3 of the night.
Percentage-wise, Balcom is actually the best three-point shooter on this team, shooting 10 of 16 coming into this game.
Yeah, Balcom's another kid that's really evolved his game too. I mean, he last year was more of a role player, and he's now not only been a starter, but he's been a scorer. So again, Edgewood has just really has just picked up where they left off last year. I mean, guys really stepping up. I mean, you lose 2 starters last year. You got 3 back with Bannister, Taylor, and Keto, because Howard was a starter, and then it was really Norris or Collier that filled that 5th spot a season ago. Edgewood lost to Lebanon in the overtime in the regional semifinals at Greencastle. Eli misses that 3. Stanley with the rebound and put back.
Basket by Stanley.
As it is a 31-point lead for the Mustangs. Balcom misses. Kelly with the rebound. Approaching 4 minutes to go. Bannister takes it away. Up ahead, Balcom. Behind the back to Cheeto. And this time it is a foul on the Eagles and not an offensive foul. I thought it could have been another offensive foul. This time it is on the Eagles, and it's on Watson. His second, team's 9th. This will send Joe Keto to the line. Keto hits it.
Number 24, Cody Walsh in for the Eagles.
And now we are going to see Austin Schwartz, Kyle Kyle Rogers, Derek Farkas, and Houston Holmes into the game. And then Logan Slayball will check in for Keto.
Number 24, Logan Slayball, in for the
And that will give the guys a much needed break tonight with a commanding lead, 71-38.
Very impressive performance. The kind of performance you expect from a ranked team after back-to-back losses in a tournament against some of the best in the county. So excellent response here by the Mustangs.
Logan Slayball able to score. He is the 9th Mustang to score this evening. Derek Farkas, the only Mustang held scoreless.
Stanley, his second. Slayball on the line.
Stanley's second. Logan Slayball at the line. And he is able to connect.
Slayball might be one of those players next year. We have quite a few seniors who might step up like the others before him, averaging 1.7 points per game. He hasn't played in every game, but when he has, he's been a contributor.
Yeah, gets some mop-up minutes tonight and is able to make the most of them. Watson inside, no good. Rebounded by Slayball. Farkas, can he get in on the act? And they call the offensive foul.
Foul on Farkas, his third.
And that is the third on Farkas. Big commanding lead for the Mustangs. Two and a half to go. Wabash Valley Classic was 16 teams, 13 from Indiana, 3 from Illinois, all within basically an hour of Terre Haute. Big, small schools. I mean, it's one of the premier tournaments in Indiana. Houston Holmes not able to convert. Edgewood won it a season ago. They've only, I think it's their 4th appearance in the Wabash Valley Classic. Former coach Dave Mehurin was able to get them in after there was a spot opened.
Foul on Walsh.
That is it for Cody Walsh. He is fouled out with no points.
Holmes on the line.
Houston Holmes at the line. He's got 4 tonight. As we're going to see Eli Sheesting, number 20,
Number 31, Peyton
and
Proctor,
Peyton
in for the
Proctor
Eagles.
checking in, number 31.
Eli Seishting, in for the Eagles.
So Coach Burning emptying his bench as well, as Houston Holmes able to get the foul shot to go. One more for Houston, and he's got 6 tonight. This lead at 38. Approaching 2 minutes to go. Mustangs get ready for South Putt tomorrow night as Carter Kelly hits the 3. Again, Farkas the only Mustang yet to score. See if they can get him the opportunity. Schwartz called for the travel. Again, an interesting situation with how this was set up with the varsity teams playing tonight. The JV teams were playing in the back room. The girls' JV team just finished. The boys' JV team played while the girls' game was going on. So there is a 3 on the way, no good. Tapped around by Schwartz. Controls it. Kyle Rogers. Be a foul.
Foul
On the
Kelly,
Eagles.
his second. Rogers on the line for 2.
Be on Kelly. Kyle Rogers back at the line. What a night for Kyle Rogers. You can't get that one to go, but he's able to start his first game this season over Trevor Taylor, and he responded very well tonight, did Kyle Rogers. 36-point lead for Edgewood. There is Carter Kelly. Can't get it to go. Battle for it. Logan Slayball chases it down. We're under a minute to go. Schwartz going to take it in, and he gets fouled. He had Farkas open in the corner, but he decided to take it himself. Eli Schiesting, his first. It's going to be Austin Schwartz. He has just 1 point this evening, and he misses that one. Schwartz 1 of 3 at the line tonight. Edgewood, Schwartz misses both, but Edgewood again has got the control of the division. Going to go to 4-0. Got Owen Valley next Friday night. That is always an entertaining doubleheader. This will be a packed house next week, or a good crowd for sure. Just 10 miles separate Owen Valley and Edgewood as Brown County loses it out of bounds. Brown County, not a far drive, located in Nashville, about probably a half hour, 45 minutes, depending on traffic through Bloomington for Brown County. So not a bad trip for their fans tonight, but a long trip. It's going to be a long trip home. But their girls able to pull out a 1 point victory tonight as Rogers gets it to Holmes, Farkas, and they're just going to dribble this out. So the Mustangs are going to go to 10-2 and 4-0 in the division, and it's going to pull out a 36-point win this evening. 77-41 your final score. As we look at the highlights, and Edgewood, Brown County able to hit the outside shot a few times tonight, but again, too much Edgewood. Cam Bannister with double digits. As you see Yeager get inside and get contact. Joe Keto, nice reverse layup. All but Derek Farkas, 9 of 10 Mustangs score tonight. There is Trevor Taylor, the easy layup. As again, good movement inside, and Watson gets the bucket. Logan Slayball gets mop-up minutes as your final score. Edgewood 77, Brown County 41. For all the hardworking women and men behind the scenes, for my partner Quinn Saturday, I am Nick Jenkinson. We thank you for watching, and good night from Ellettsville.